What's good, Instagram? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, what's good? Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe button, be a part of Nessa Gang, because Nessa Gang is the latest gang of all gangs, period. So this morning I'm in a little bit of a rush. It is 9:30 and I have to be gone by 11 o'clock. So I'm about to do my makeup because I am about to go apply for my passport for the very first time. It's long overdue. I've been missing out on so many trips and opportunities because I don't have my passport. So her dad was supposed to be here. According to like the paperwork, you have to have both parents, or you have to have like a paperwork saying whatever you're supposed to say, I guess. So, you know, the other parent's child moving to another country, you feel me? I guess that makes sense. I would have had that paperwork should I knew he wasn't gonna be here. So hopefully they don't give me a hard time. If not, I'm just gonna have to get mine and then get hers later. But yeah, so I'm about to do my makeup. I got all my stuff out here on this counter, which is very weird to me because I always do my makeup like really quickly in the bathroom. But my face is all prepped. The only thing that I did this morning was brush my teeth, wash my face, and then prep my face for makeup. I just did moisturizer and then, you know, my skincare products. And then I just got water on the stove to boil, so when Winter wakes up, she has some hot eggs. We've been obsessed with boiled eggs in the morning. Today's topic is business. Got my notes right here. You already know I come through. Gotta make sure I hit every single thing and don't get off topic, because I'm good for getting off topic to try to explain one thing and then I forget the whole point of me explaining that one thing. So I don't usually use this brush, but I'm getting down to like my last bits of brushes because I've been doing my makeup lately and making lots of content for you guys. So bear with me. This is not going to be a tutorial, but I will do one soon, if not today, tomorrow. Today we're talking business, but I did ask you in my recent video to go ahead and drop some topics that you guys want to hear about. So if you guys do have some topics that you would like me to talk about, go ahead and drop the comment. So today we're gonna just do like a bronzy look. I'm not gonna put on any highlighter or anything because I think that it looks really ugly in photos, because like all of my freaking license photos, kid you not, have looked freaking crazy. So we're gonna try to make this passport photo look kind of cute. Let's see what we come up with. But okay, let's talk business. First and foremost, we were in quarantine for mad long. So tell me in the comments right now what you guys did in quarantine, and did you find a new hobby? Did you feel like you found yourself? Did you feel like you had a glow up? Did you feel like you glowed down? Did you feel like you understood certain things didn't matter? Like, you let me know in the comments. Me personally, I bought hundreds of thousands, probably like maybe $2,000 worth of nail supplies, and I realized I really like that. It's like really therapeutic. It was something new for me. It's something that I've been thinking about and talking about for a while, but I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. But when quarantine happened, I'm like, you know what else am I gonna do in the house? Anyways, I gotta say that because lots of people have found themselves and found hobbies and made it work and made businesses during that time. And I think that was like the smartest thing that anybody could have ever did, because the world doesn't slow down for anybody. And I think that's so messed up. Like, I feel like we shouldn't have had to pay bills for a certain amount of time because people had to like make money. Like, if you're working a 9 to 5 clocking in and now you can no longer do that because of corona, like, and you still gotta pay your bills, like, that's messed up. Some people are still living check to check. How did corona affect y'all, or did it not affect you guys that much? A lot of people are stuck in life. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know how they're gonna do it. They don't know what steps to take. So I'm here to kind of help you guys with that as best as I can. So I'm talking about corona because I really think that it's a good idea for you guys to like stop what you're doing, or just sit down one day before bed or when you wake up and just think like, yo, what am I good at? What makes me happy? Let's start there. What makes you happy? Because you have to work. Like, unless you marry somebody or you get with somebody who just wants to take care of you, which I don't recommend just living off of their money, because you never know what can happen. But do something that, you know, doesn't feel like work. Genuinely doesn't feel like work. I got really blessed that I have on my YouTube and then I'm on social media, because after high school I was freaking out. Like I felt like everybody knew what they wanted to do, or if they didn't, they just knew that they were gonna go to college and this, that, the third, and I'm like, no, I can't. I genuinely don't like anything in college. I don't have the attention span for it. I don't have the discipline for it. I just know I'm gonna flunk and I don't want to be in debt. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So the fact that I made it on social media, oh my god, like I just want to hold on, because I'm not about to cry on camera. Everything happens for a reason. That's so crazy. And it was so funny, like the power of the tongue is so freaking powerful, y'all. Like I used to be like, I'm about to be famous, like I want to be famous, but deep down I know, like, how the hell am I gonna get there? I'm way too shy. What am I gonna do? I'm in a small city, I'm in a small little town, Grand Rapids, Grand Raggedy, and like that's not even possible. But I don't know, things happen. That stuff was crazy. Anyways, back to the business. So first thing you gotta do is figure out what you're good at. Like just do a hobby. You like to paint, just start painting on canvases. Show your artwork. Oh my god, yes. Like when you figure out like something that makes you happy and you like, do not be afraid to post it. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. For example, I was like on Facebook, like that was my, well, MySpace, and then before that it was like Bebo. And anyways, I was on Facebook, and Facebook is where I have like all my family and friends and like people in my city. So I was like embarrassed when I first started doing like makeup, or first started like doing anything, like any hobbies. I was so embarrassed to post it because I'm like, oh my god, these people are gonna see, they're gonna judge. Like it's one thing for like a stranger to say something to you, but it's like a whole nother thing when somebody like that you know and that you might even run into says something, you feel me? So like I had like hardly no followers. I would post like all my like stuff and dancing videos when I started to get to dancing, like on Instagram, and I had like no shame. I'm like, ain't nobody where I'm from gonna see this, and they didn't. Like, but by the time people did start noticing, I felt like the whole world's eyes was on me already, so it didn't even matter. Plus I was like grown already, so I was like, listen, it is what it is, boo boo. So I say that to say, if you are embarrassed to post it on one platform, find a whole nother platform, make a whole other page, make something. And then like when you're first starting, use hashtags, tag people. I highly suggest following people. Like if you're interested in painting, follow a famous painter that inspired you. Follow a painter who is doing things. They don't even have to be like popping yet, just somebody that inspires you, somebody who is getting up every day, grinding, staying positive, motivational, stands for something, and that will be your push. I understand not everybody has like a support system. I mean, I didn't, so I understand 100% how that feels. But honestly, people who are strangers tend to support you and go harder for you than people in your own hometown and people in your own family, because that comes with jealousy, that comes with doubt, it comes with envy. So your best bet is to freaking post and get yourself out there. If you live like in a really small town, ain't nothing really happening, I highly suggest you moving. But before you do that, because I didn't have a plan, I didn't have like anything, I was like on my breaking point. Like I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I don't care if I live, I don't care if I die, like why is this world so cold type of thing, when I ended up moving to Atlanta and just winging it. It didn't turn out good, but everything happened for a reason, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because I wouldn't be here where I am now, and I wouldn't have my beautiful daughter. So if you can and you can afford it and you have a support system, or you're just bold enough to do it, I highly recommend getting out of your city, getting out of your comfort zone, because honestly, comfort is the devil sometimes. It really stops you from growing. Money. Ooh, somebody bought off of my bought some of my nose cuffs, thank you. So yeah, make sure you get out there as much as you can. Now if you have a support system, if you're like at your parents' house and you're living there, oh my god, I wish I had that, and it's like a good environment, or you can tolerate it, I would try to stay there as long as you can, especially when you're like doing your hobby, so you're not like freaking out about like bills or anything. Because once you start like getting your own place and stuff, it gets a little bit more intense, because now you might start having anxiety because you're like, oh my god, how am I gonna pay for this? Or like, okay, am I being childish by, you know, trying to follow a hobby instead of being an adult and getting a 9-to-5? Actually, if you can get a 9-to-5 and do your hobby, that's even better. Like, even if you're working hard, like, you have to want this as bad as you want to breathe. If you're working 40+ hours at your job, I know you're tired, but you make time to go out, right? You make time after work to like go out with friends. You utilize your weekends, right? If you have that type of time to do that because you feel like you deserve it because you work so hard, you need to have discipline, and you need to have the time to put at least 10% into doing some research. Get a notebook, write down notes, bullet points, do a monthly plan, make a goal, make sure you're budgeting, because the only person who's gonna make these things happen ultimately is you. Let's say you're into painting, right? Because that's the type of people we're using. Let's say you're working your 9-to-5, and then all of a sudden a celebrity painter or something is like your client. Everything happens for a reason. I feel like everything just has a purpose. So like, imagine a painter hit you up and you were supposed to start your stuff and you wasn't serious months ago, and look, you just fumbled the bag. Bro, you could have had artwork already. Like, yo, what, can I send you something? Like, can you give me some tips or something? I highly recommend reaching out to people as much as you can. Like, it's always gonna be a no until you ask. See if you got a big budget or a small budget. If you have a small budget, really do your research. Spend lots of time, like if you're on the toilet or if you're in the shower, if you could just like connect your phone to a speaker and like listen to people talk about their journey and what they did and like the products that they recommend. Because sometimes with certain hobbies, you can't always go cheap. Like, some things that you have to like invest in, and nails were one of those things, and I'm so glad and so blessed that I couldn't afford to, you know, splurge on all of those products, because there was one product, which was a lamp, that I took the cheap route and I didn't think it mattered. People were saying, oh, Amazon, so I bought like a $20 lamp, and every time I put my nails under the lamp, it would like crumble up. I'm like, yo, I just did it multiple times. Like, I'm not using too much product, I'm not using too little product, what's going on? And then fair enough, I looked more into it and they're like, you need a better lamp, and I'm like, bruh. So make sure you're knowing what you're getting into, so it like takes away some of the frustration that you might have on your journey. Make sure you document everything so you know where your money's going. What else? Make sure you have the drive and discipline. So this goes back to, okay, I don't care if you're working a 9-to-5. The world doesn't care if you're working 9-to-5. What are you showing for? Are you showing that you really want this? If you're comfortable with it, start sending your links and your photos and your work to your friends and be like, can I get an opinion on this? And if they're real, they're gonna give you the real and they're gonna support you. And it's good to do that now, like when you're first starting, because I promise you, everybody that wasn't there for you in the beginning stages are going to come back. Once they see a milestone, they are gonna be there, and I need you to be careful and be aware of that. Be alert. Don't be dumb. It's hard when you're really nice. You're just like, oh, but just keep a lookout. So all you gotta do is have some discipline. Get a notebook, like I be preaching. Get a notebook, write it down, or just write everything down in your phone, making sure you check that more often. The older you get, the more you check email. So get into that habit of writing notes, making mental notes to make sure before you go out and step out the house and go spend money at the carnival or smoking, you need to make sure you're handling your business. Set a schedule. You need to be consistent. If you know that you're working a lot or that you're kind of lazy, set a schedule. Help you help yourself. Be organized. And what else helps is, what are you doing it for? Like, are you doing it for yourself? Do you have a child that you're doing it for? Are your parents sick? Do you want to help them? That helps as well. If you're not going to do it for yourself, think of somebody else. Think of something else. Think of the bigger picture. The last thing that I want to say is be grateful. Like, on your journey, be kind to yourself, be gentle, be patient, but overall be grateful, because once you start your journey, you are gonna be so much further. You have to remember, like, yo, I prayed to be in the spot that I'm at now, and then that's gonna give you motivation. And that's gonna make you even more grateful, because it's like, yo, just X amount of time ago I was stressing and I wasn't doing anything, but now I'm actually in motion. So you have to be kind to yourself, be patient, go to sleep every day. Like, I have to go to sleep every day knowing that I'm satisfied with what I got done today, whether that is working, whether that is doing dishes, cleaning up the house, being active with my daughter. Like, I just know that I'm crossing things off and I'm moving at my own pace, and I'm not thinking about anybody else. The worst thing you can do is worry about anybody else's success. Don't worry about Callan down the road. She started before you or she started after you. She's doing better than you. You don't know what they have going on. You don't know what Callan's going through. Like, she could be like in an unsafe environment, and like that is her only way of coping, so she's posting way more than you. Or maybe just one video that she did or one post or one sale like really changed her life and she needed that. Like, you cannot compare yourself to anybody else. You should be so busy that you're not even worried. Be so busy, not even busy, but just so focused on you and yours that you're not even worried about anybody else. Minding your own business is the best thing ever. Woo. Okay, so a lot of you guys been asking me for a makeup tutorial. I am going to do that soon, like I said, but I'm gonna see you when I finish whatever I'm trying to do. Boom, this is what we came up with. Something super simple and light. I have no highlighter on and I have no lip gloss on or anything. I gave the photos to Winter and she lost them, so I don't know where the extra photos are, but they came out so cute, right?
Yeah.
She looks crazy. She's been rolling around in the bed. It's like 5 hours later, but thankfully her dad showed up literally 1 hour before we was about to leave out the door, so he was able to give consent, because the lady said that we wouldn't have been able to get it without his consent. I would have to like get a document, get him to sign it, get it notarized, do a whole other process. So if you guys haven't got your passports yet and you guys are trying to get it for a child, just know you need to have their father's permission or their mom's permission. Otherwise, they have to sign a document, notarize it, all of that stuff. Or if they are deceased, you need to show them like a document stating that. But it was really easy. I didn't have to like bring in a bunch of like documents. The only thing I had to bring was my birth certificate and then know the social security number. So if you don't have your passport, which took me 26 years to get, yeah, that's how you do it. Just go up to USPS. Look at her, she wanna be just like me, sit just like me. You're so cute, it's silly. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments more topics for when I do my makeup. I like to talk and I feel like it makes it go a lot faster and it's a lot easier for me to edit too because it's not so boring. But thank you everybody for supporting me. I love you so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.